All right, folks, today on our episode of Vera TV, very excited to have Jade Rao. She is a PPA signed pro, and she is a Vera sponsored player. She's one of the young guns out there making a difference and shaking up the top of the tour. And I think we'll see a lot of her in the next few years. So let's get to that conversation with Jade. We have Pickleball Pro Jade Rao, a Vera sponsored player. And welcome to Vera TV, Jade.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
Yeah, so obviously you are one of the young guns in the youth movement taking over the PPA tour of late, which is pretty exciting to see some new faces, some new names. But before we get into all of that, we need to find out kind of where it all started for you in this game. You know, finding it, the junior level, obviously playing qualies, and then becoming signed. So, sort of take us through a thumbnail sketch of how you got here.
All right. I started with my mom. I started just going and playing with her at local parks, which I started to fall in love with it. So I started playing tournaments in late 2023, and then 2024 I played my first pro qualifier in Bristol, and I really fell in love with it there, and then I just took it to another level, and then yeah, I just kept playing. I got signed in September from playing in Las Vegas where I had a pretty good upset. And yeah.
Yeah, so obviously you have a pretty athletic background. So talk to me about, you just don't walk in without any sort of athletic background and get to this level that fast. So what were you doing prior to pickleball?
I was a volleyball player, which I actually played volleyball up until last year. This was my first season I didn't play. But yeah, I couldn't do both. It would just be way too busy.
Yeah, what position did you play in volleyball?
I was a libero, so I was just in the back.
Yeah, yeah. Defensive player. Yeah. So I coached a lot of volleyball, coached high school volleyball, played a lot of beach twos and all that stuff over the years. So uh, good court sense. I could tell you had good court sense because you played a court sport before. So
Yes.
obviously, getting to the pro level is in that quickly is a giant learning curve, which I'm sure you can attest to. So talk to me about some of the challenges so far for you, because you know you're young, you're coming up against people who are you know going to be Hall of Famers probably, if not
Yeah.
already. And every week, every round for you is some sort of legend you're up against. So talk about the learning curve and things that you're kind of picking up on a weekly basis on tour.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's great. Even like my first rounds now, like from the qualies on, it's very, very good games and high level and all that. And
Yeah.
when I first started, I banged everything. I didn't know how to dink, I didn't know how to drop. It was just driving, driving, driving. That's about it. So I really had to learn how to slow the game down a lot. I think that's been the biggest like thing that I had to do. And yeah, I just have to get more comfortable because all of them have been around for so long and just get like all the reps in.
Yeah, reps are important, obviously, and you're going up against people that are pretty crafty, I would imagine, because they've been playing ball a long time. Um, any highlights so far? Obviously, you mentioned earlier about an upset in Vegas. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I played against another junior. Her name is Kaylin. She's a great player. Um, yeah, that it's mainly in singles.
Sure.
That was my upset, and it was just you just gotta grind. Honestly, it's very tough to even get through first and second rounds because you're up against like these very very tough players. So yeah, every win just means a lot.
Sure. I understand also, kind of stepping back here a little, you're an advocate for pushing pickleball into the high school level.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so
I
talk to
think
me
that's
about that
very
a little bit.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it would be like very good for pickleball to be in schools because right now you have a bunch of sports and a lot of people are playing pickleball now, especially like the younger people. And I think that just having it in high school is like great exposure for especially new, like more juniors that want to start playing it.
Right. So talk a little bit about this youth movement. The juniors obviously coming up, starting at the pro level, women and men. Do you guys hang out? Do you root for each other? What's it like in the players' tent?
Yeah, I feel like all the juniors are pretty much like a friend group. Like we're all pretty good friends. Obviously, when you're up against them, you're not friends in that moment, but we're all
Right.
rooting for each other. We all like hanging out, talking, and all that.
Yeah, cool. So talk about some of the partnerships you've had so far this season and maybe some of them you're looking forward to coming up for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I've had some good partnerships. A lot. I get way more mixed partners than I do women's partners, which is
Uh-huh.
really fun. I'm excited to play some challengers with Adam Harvey. I think that that will be
Oh
very
yeah.
fun. Our energy would be great. Yeah.
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 Cool. So do you have a preference thus far for each for each category? Do you prefer mixed? Do you prefer single? Do you prefer gender? Which one is kind of in your wheelhouse a little more right now?
As of right now, my best results are in singles, which I prefer doubles, but I think I'm a little bit better at singles. Um, and I do play mixed a lot. I don't play women's as much, but I think right now my favorite event would be mixed. Um, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're completely. There's almost like three different sports on many levels. So I would imagine, we talked about learning curve earlier, where you're coming into the pro game. Um, but you also have to learn almost three different sports. I mean, singles and then mixed and then gender. Which one do you think is going to be ultimately the biggest challenge for you to get to the level you want to be at?
I think that women's I definitely need to like improve my game on. Um, I think that one I like that would be able to like get me to the next level, especially with partners and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool. So I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, have you been on the court against Anna Lee?
I have. I've only played her once though, surprisingly, and I played her and Ben in Cape Coral when I was with Will McKinnon.
And what were your thoughts? Like, what did you take away from that match that you could learn and apply to your own game?
Honestly, just how like aggressive she is and like her presence there. She puts a lot of pressure on you with like every single shot. It's very precise and exactly where it needs to be. I think that's my biggest takeaway and just she's very positive. She's very
Yeah,
like energy. And yeah, she's just super consistent and yeah.
yeah. How about Ben? What could you take away from watching him?
Ben also very good player. Love Ben. He's also just super consistent. He creates more. But I think overall, like them together with how much they play together, it's just like a very, very hard team to beat. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, they just put a lot of pressure on you and don't miss.
Yeah, they don't miss, and the ball always seems to come back.
It always comes back.
It always comes back, right? All right, let's talk about a little bit about your sponsorship with Ver. Talk to me sort of about that relationship. Obviously, Ver is up and coming in the ratings world, and people are always discussing ratings, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything else. So talk to me about how you got involved with Ver.
I got involved with Bear from Sydney Metzold. She's the one that introduced me to everyone, and it was at the U.S. Open last year. And we just got introduced to everyone and really fell in love with Bear. And it's a great program. It's a great rating system, and yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's one of those things that I think once more and more people sort of find out about what it is, and it's a visual rating system, and the eyes generally, can see all and let you know how to build your game and things to work on. I think it could benefit. Obviously, it could benefit us all. It certainly could benefit myself, and it's cool to have somebody like you out there that is on a national stage and a world stage, really representing Ver. And so, yeah, at Ver are very happy and very proud of what you're doing so far. Talk to me before we let you go about the rest of 2026 and what you're excited about and what's coming up for you.
So for the rest of the season, I'm definitely gonna be doing a lot of challengers over the summer. And then the rest of like in the fall, I'm gonna be cutting down on some tournaments, because there's not as many in the fall as the spring. But definitely a lot of training, a lot of drilling, and yeah, just getting as many reps as I can, trying to get games with good people and just trying to get better.
Yeah. Is it a challenge to manage sort of, your day-to-day life with school and things like that and being a touring pro?
Yeah, I'm homeschooled, so it's definitely a lot easier. I definitely wouldn't be able to do any of this if I wasn't homeschooled. But yeah, just having to do school, usually it's on travel days I do it. And yeah.
Cool. Okay, last two questions. Talk a little bit about your support team, people that are kind of supporting you, and then your goals for 2027.
I have a lot of support, especially from Bear and my other sponsor, Proton. And then obviously from my parents and my family, they're all very supportive. They do everything for me. And yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just very grateful for everyone that supports me.
right on. So what are your goals for next year, next season, the calendar year of 2027?
Um, my goals are basically just to get like the best I can, try to get better partners and good partners, and just try to improve my game as much as I can.
Right on. Thanks, Jade. Jade Rao, PPA sign player, tour pro, one of the young guns out there making a difference and changing up and mixing up the upper echelon, and I'm sure we'll see her near the top soon. And a very sponsored player. So thanks for your time, Jade, and best of luck 2026. And looking forward to seeing what you do in 2027 because I got a feeling you're going to be getting interviewed a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.